Hello again. Remember last week how I said I still have a job as of yesterday? Well, I said that on Saturday, and on Sunday I got a 2 week notice. So this is the day before I started. I got a 2 week notice that my assignment's canceled. Go figure. Anyway, but thanks to Jesus and my amazing recruiter Donna, the next day I get even better job. The only downside is that I have to relocate, which I love to do anyway. So we kind of explore the area around here, and we're going to be traveling to a different location next week. In this video, we're just going to be reflecting on our stay in Florida during the winter months. This is a young snowbird reflections, as we call it. So this year we stayed at the same RV park that we stayed last year. This is Rambler's Rest RV Resort, and I worked in the same exact hospital I worked last year. We're gonna include the review from the hospital up here from last year. Well, this year most of the staff was still working there. I had so much fun. It was so nice to connect with all of you beautiful people. I had really good experience. It was definitely better than last year, because last year I was so brand new and green and I had no idea what I was doing as a traveler. But hey, it's a learning thing, you know, so I feel like in this past year we learned a whole lot as RVers, as a travel nurse. I think we became more social people, so we connect with people a lot faster than we used to. Fawcett Hospital was not as busy this year as it was last year, in my opinion. And then, of course, the COVID came and we started this whole rule out process and all of that. And guess what happened? We really crushed the curve, okay? The hospital became empty. Almost. So they were calling people off, and that was at the end of my assignment, and I left. And then I came here to Pensacola, and I was supposed to be working in 26-bed ICU, and for the past couple of weeks they have 7 patients out of 26 beds. So they're kind of empty, and they're sending a lot of nurses home. And there's really 1 or 2 people that are vented. So there is not much happening here. So that's why I'm traveling to the next location. As we're preparing to reopen the country again and reopen the beach, which I can't wait for the beaches to be open. So maybe if you're in New York City and some really congested areas, or if you're immunocompromised or have issues or just don't want to be out there, don't want to get sick, I guess that's fine if you put a mask for the time being. But those people who drive in their gloves and smoke their cigarettes with their gloves on and then eat with the gloves on, it's the same thing as your hand. You just got to wash your hands. It drives me crazy. Or people out here in the country, there is nobody walking around with a mask and cutting grass with a mask. I don't know, is it really necessary? You just breathing your own CO2. But anyway, that just drives me crazy. So that's my opinion. I know we all have opinions right now, okay? I'm just throwing it out there. We stayed at this RV park last year. We already did a review, so we'll include this right up here. And this year, since we've been RVing for a little over a year, we realized that a lot of people that were here, they're still the same people that were here last year, but we've changed a lot. So there is a great community here. We met a lot of really nice people, and we truly had a really good time. Yeah, so this is really quiet park. Well, right now it's extra quiet because of the quarantine and everything else. And this is April already, so people leave usually in the beginning of April. But this year, with all of this going on, this park is half empty. As a matter of fact, I don't think you can even get in at this point because Florida is in lockdown. But this park is really nice. There is a playground, kids got to play a lot. There is a pool. We've used it almost every day until they shut it down, so kids like to dive and just play around there. They could ride bicycles because this park is really big. It's about 600 space if I'm not mistaken.
And this year we had a lot better spot than last year. So we stayed right over here. Well, this used to be all RVs, now it's all empty. But since we bought a new RV, we're just a little bit down the road. But between this lake and the lake that was right behind us, there's an alligator that crosses all the time, and there is wild boars that come around.
And bobcats.
Yeah, we even seen a bobcat. Two bobcats, so they're kind of cool.
Zoom in, he's moving backward. That is. You catch him?
And also we're walking right now to the river that's in the back of the RV park.
He's like,
So it's a really nice place that you can walk around, and there's a lot to do. It's close to the beach. It's about 20 minutes to the beach. Off, Ruby. Also, we noticed that this year at the park there was more families with kids, so that really worked out for us because kids made friends and they had lots of fun together, and that wasn't the case last year. So we're just wrapping up our morning walk with Ruby over here, and we're gonna hook up and we're leaving to Pensacola today.
Today is a Sunday, it's late February, and it's a typical day at the RV park. So we just got to the pool, we're gonna go swim a little bit. Daria likes to stay at the splash pad before she goes to the pool. So we're just gonna show you around a little bit what a typical day looks like. This Missy's not chilling at the pool. She's just reading her book.
I'm here. That's what I'm doing. I came to the pool to
About to hook up for the first time for the fifth wheel. So let's see how it goes.